Hello everyone, Shukaku here. I've been brought back. Anyways.
Let's continue on the video. Welcome back to What If Deku was Shukaku? Or what if Deku had Shukaku as a quirk? Right now, after the after the heroes and villains, there'll be the USJ, momentarily. After the time during that and the USJ, Midoriya would probably be talking to Shukaku, realistically. Trying to prevent, anything from happening. Or trying to communicate him, like, hey, you can't do that, my guy. Like, you gotta make sure you don't accidentally kill people in this, USJ thing. You promise, got you. But we all know Shukaku, the person he is, so, I mean, he got that, fingers crossed behind his back, so yeah. Okay, then be on the bus. So, who do you think's the strongest out of everyone? As Asui does the same thing, Bach goes too angry, and inevitably points out that Midoriya would have the best quirk. Or best capabilities with their quirk. As Shukaku would agree, pronouncedly, you would say. Inevitably after that, what would happen is that my boy Shukaku would probably be planning something, realistically, to either A, hurt someone or something else, because, he's a menace to society, he don't like staying still, so yeah. He likes fighting and whatnot, so yeah. And destroying stuff. As inevitably they make it to the USJ. And ends up, when Kodagiri opens the portals to get them out of here, first, hey, I didn't know you guys hired fake villains, as Aizawa would go down, those aren't fake villains. 13, get everyone out of here. As Kodagiri would put the portals, something would happen. Midoriya would feel all the presences due to, the ability to sense, a sensory type. So his sonar will be going up like beep beep, like very loudly in his head. Like, hey, yo, there's people all around us, my guy. You gotta be careful, cause beep beep. So yes, after getting the ring, or kind of danger sense almost, but it only tells when danger's near, not actually when it happens. As inevitably, he does eventually, try to pry open the door until Kodagiri tries, pulling everyone as the portal people. And they send Midoriya to the sea zone or ocean zone, which surprisingly he can't actually do much since water's technically his weakness. And I mean, the only sand around is on the beach, and the beach is like far away. So the only thing he would have is A, either evaporating the water with a Vermilion Rasengan, with a Biju bomb, or kind of just transforming right then and there to kind of, practically save everyone, or, save Mineta and, Sue. Or aka Froppy. Having no choice but otherwise, as Midoriya was about to get bitten by a shark, or, the villains would go on the boat, Midoriya would have no choice to transform. Inevitably, as this face on the Midoriya, on the bottom right corner would appear, as sand would start to form around Midoriya's arms. Yes. Let's see who's stronger. As Shukaku would slowly but surely start taking over Midoriya's body. or more like summoning shukaku-ish way, like Gara did in the tuning exams. As inevitably, everyone will just hear a roar coming from Midoriya. Because he still doesn't have the full mentality based off yet, so he still loses control in the Berserk form. So yeah, practically everyone hears a roar. And practically what happens is that Midoriya is thrown into the water by a villain. As villains try, ripping him apart in the water, inevitably forcing Shukaku to use too much of his energy to help out Midoriya, inevitably, bringing Shukaku up. As Berserk transformation gets kicked in the water, and now, transforming into Shukaku, inevitably rising up from the water and getting ready to throw hands. As immediately there would be a beam of purple energy shot in the air into the sky, and then it starts exploding. As slowly but surely, a watered down Shukaku would start coming out of the water. As all the villains are running, they're running out of the water, swimming out of the water onto the beach, running to save their lives, but inevitably get dragged back down into the water. And, just, blood pools practically. And I'll say for reasons, he only has about 25 to 5% to 10% of Shikaku's full power or capabilities. So he still lost control. It's just he's more of a Berserk-esque. The more, the longer he lasts in the form, the more, the percentage rises. As Midoriya kind of kills 5 villains off the bat. After that, kind of, sand burial, coffin underwater. Moving the boat to the land, yes. But at the risk of, going out of control. As, slowly but surely, he starts, whacking people, left to right. People, he dropping bodies left to right. Inevitably, after a couple of minutes, people inevitably do see people screaming, and, Shigaraki would inevitably hear this. Like, what's happening? Get back to your zones! Kill the students, and, what he's saying. No, there's a monster in there, as, inevitably, Midoriya would walk out of, the beach or the water with a head in his mouth, in his half-form state of Shukaku. As inevitably Shigaraki does point the Nomu into the direction of Midoriya, as Midoriya and the Nomu will start duking it out severely. After fighting for a bit, it would get to the point where Shukaku, getting kind of aggravated. He's like, "This is stupid, why don't you die?" As, inevitably, he's informed that, it has a regeneration quirk, shock absorption, all this other stuff. Inevitably, what he does is just, I bet, since he is on the beach, he's kind of in his prime. Since, all the sands starts gathering around him, and inevitably gathering around the Nomu, crushing the Nomu. Or more of the line, putting the Nomu into a cocoon, a sand cocoon, and just ripping the Nomu apart from sand. Inevitably getting the brain and killing the Nomu. As Midoriya would faint from exhaustion, detransforming. And All Might would appear. Oh, no fear, I am here. As he sees all the villains, he sees a couple of them dead, but those are more on the lines of the ocean area. As he does go, fighting the also they had another Nomu, so he starts fighting the other Nomu. Asui and Mineta do pick up Izuku and plan heading to the exit. As they do so, and inevitably, all the other heroes come, and they're all practically against the Nomu, this Nomu, a little behemoth. Inevitably, Snipe shoots it, does nothing. Midnight tries it, does nothing. As inevitably, Shigaraki and Katagiri do get out, but at the span of another Nomu, and practically the Nomu would eventually, fall down and die, either from Snipe shooting it in the brain, or, All Might kind of, smashing into the sun. So, yeah. At the time, we would go to the mindscape as Shukaku's trying to wake up Midoriya from the mindscape. Unsuccessful, though. Get up, get up, get up. Too much of my energy is going inside of you. Wake up. If we kill too much people, we won't be able to become a hero. Get up, Izuku. As inevitably, Izuku wakes up from his, transformation. As you saw before that sand started covering Izuku's entire body. As that is prevented due to, Midori waking up. As all the sand kind of, squats down on the floor like a water balloon, and inevitably, what happened is that they would question him, but at the same time, they would realize that, like Dark Shadow from Tokuyami, they would understand that sentient quirks aren't easy to control. They would have to punish him by, I'll say, a suspension for, a week. But besides that, they would probably have it 2 weeks for the sports festival. And, let's see, we don't have time. Originally it was supposed to be 10 minutes, so, next one coming up is, I believe, what if Deku had a Dead by Daylight quirk? That will be coming out after this one, so hopefully you all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.